You see, Lisa, so this is, I don't know, I'm not judging, I'm just feeling it. It could be a dopamine moment, right? I'm craving for the next, right? I'm craving for the next. When you get that, hey, you did an amazing job, you
Yeah.
feel good, you're going to push, right? Now, why I want to follow on to this is this. There's a lot of cases of celebrities being affected. There's a lot of cases of celebrities taking their own life. Some of the famous one is Robin Williams. There's Anthony Bourdain. And recently in India, there's a big ruckus taking place on this guy Sushant Singh and all that. I wouldn't want to go into what, but currently it is still under suicide. And this is basically, these are people where they couldn't. I don't know what happened. Something happened in them because some chemical imbalance that took place for them to have the they have this boldness in them to take their own life. And it's not easy because if we just close our nose, want to hold our breath itself, we can't. Meaning we can't kill ourselves just like that because the life in us kicks us up, right? But they actually committed suicide. So in an industry where there is a lot of recognition, there's a lot of attention, like what you said, I've given it all. I'm going to the next level. There's some craving. See, you are pretty much, I see, you're very grounded, right? Not many people are as grounded as you. I would presume. I don't know. I'm not from that industry, right? I met one or two people, right? Now, what do you think is happening out there? Now, having this kind of craving, if we just give in to this craving, where is it going to go? Because one day this spotlight, limelight would stop, right? And there's no one looking, no one giving another gig, no one is telling you fantastic. What would happen? This is what is happening out there, and it's fact, it is going to happen, right? Yeah, go ahead.
You see, with cases like the names that you mentioned earlier, I think what's important would be also for us to understand from head to tail, but it's a bit
Yeah,
different, asking from the actual source, like because we, like they've already taken their lives.
yeah,
The spectrum is so wide as to where and as to mental health, mental wellness is concerned. Um, like you were mentioning about chemical imbalances and all that,
hmm, yeah,
and you know it's tricky to talk about cases that have uh, ended unfortunately this
yeah,
way. It pretty much it's fatal.
yeah.
um, we know what I can see clearly there is that, are they suffering silently? Are they? Because or are their families aware? What were the actions taken to address it, to acknowledge it? Was there a management program, or was there
Mhm,
when I say management program, it could even involve pain management program, because
mhm,
how wide the spectrum is. There are people who do suffer in a way that it incurs some sort of pain in their head, that they don't like the pain, and they start wanting to address the pain elsewhere onto their body. Not, so this is where people start misunderstanding and saying that, oh, it's only attention craving and all.
mhm, mhm.
So it's important to know exactly what it is. But
Yep.
is because it is not discussed enough uh, in a widespread scale. That's why we're sort of like, wondering like, what is, how come, why,
Mhm,
there was a case, I think, was it,
mhm.
oh,
Who's that?
sorry, Kate Spade, the from the brand, the designer. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so she also
Mhm,
life. The
mhm,
husband was very distraught, very upset about it. They have, I believe, a child together, or was it two?
mhm.
um, it made me realize how like the family was aware that she was going through something and
Okay.
something about it to combat it, but in the end she um, also in the end committed suicide as well.
Yeah.
So it's just I don't know, like why does this happen is I think maybe maybe um, maybe we're all at large, maybe by and large still trying to figure it out, uh, because of how widespread it is and how
Mm.
chabang it is. But you
Mm.
can relate it back to the industry, whether or not it has anything to do with the expectations that we set on ourselves. Does it trigger anxiety? Does
Mhm.
it trigger all that? To a certain degree, I think in in Malaysia,
Mhm.
um, so far we've not heard of cases of our local stars and celebrities, God forbid, going up to that point. But we do hear of cases of friends alike who kind of go through um, anxiety, certain kind of mental health issue or mental wellness issue. Uh, we do hear of that a lot more.
Yep.
Yeah. But then for up to suicide cases,
Mm.
so far no, thankfully.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
but then conversations or dialogues like this are important for us to.
Yeah.
I think it's important for us to sort of like talk about it more
Mm-hmm.
so that they understand how just as important
Mm-hmm.
mental wellness is to physical
Yes.
wellness. You
Yes.
know, even physical wellness has an attachment to mental wellness. For example, like certain ailments that we suffer on the physical aspect can be aggravated because of the stress.
Yes.
In fact, I had a conversation with my doctor friend, and she could easily vouch and could easily say that I would say stress is also a sickness.
Mm.
I could also say that too. So, um,
Yeah.
whether or not it is prevalent
Mm-hmm.
in local industry, not yet, but I do see a rise in people who are being more vocal
Mm-hmm.
about their mental wellness issue. Only thing that is a problem is the understanding of the scope and spectrum of things because it's just
Yeah.
way. Hi, baby. Hi. Hi. I saw my girl on the side. Sorry.
You can say hello.
You want to put on makeup? She wants to put on
So
makeup.
cute. That's nice. And she's asking you.
It's actually just informing me.
I like what you just said.
Is this
You know,
the
I always say, yeah, go ahead.
mirror? Because I want to put on my makeup. And I was like, okay.
It was not an opinion moment, it was an information moment. Lovely. Lisa, there's something exciting you just brought up, and I'm happy that it came out that way when I asked you that question, and I feel that is the right thing for you to say. I'll tell you what, we cannot judge anyone, whether it's a tension or is it because of whatever pain they were going through. It could be any kind of lack in their life. We can only know if they're able to express themselves out, talk to people, have conversation. And this is something that I strongly believe that if we are able to express ourselves out without being judged, and if there is a safe space for people to actually express themselves out, there's a lot of things can be done to help people who are actually going through any kind of mental challenges. It could be illnesses, it could be stress, it could be anything. If they're having some chemical imbalance, they have to go and see a doctor. because that's the most important thing. Like, we're having this conversation based on what we know, right? So I strongly believe, yes, environment plays an important role. I hope the Malaysian industry, in Malaysia, opens up for more people having more conversation with a close group of people. Could be a professional sitting there, and having. And I'm so happy that no one has taken their life in Malaysia. Pray to God that nobody will. That's what we want, and to stay grounded. Now, with all these things happening, we know that we are responsible, right? We are totally responsible to whatever that's happening in our life. Okay.